Pisces, welcome to your mid-July 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, the message that I guess I'm here to give you has something to do with how you view your situation, whatever that is. So if you have a challenging situation in your life, are you kind of ignoring the spiritual value in this situation or the spiritual side of things altogether? Are you afflicted with lack consciousness, which is another thing that this card can talk about? So let me bring up the past situation. We have the Eight of Swords, so this is a card of perhaps feeling like you are oppressed, but not realizing that you hold the key to your being free of that oppression, that the very person who feels like they are being kind of hamstrung is actually responsible for letting themselves go. And usually what is going on is that past conditioning is kicking in and having you doubt yourself and second guess yourself and not believe that you can do something. So if this is a relationship issue, I think, I mean, when I look at these cards, I can't tell, maybe it can apply to any situation really, because even like when I look at the higher message, which is kind of like the spiritual way of looking at this, is the Nine of Wands. Wands relate to the fire element, and the fire element relates to your will, your sense of self, your sovereignty. This is a card of establishing boundaries. As a spiritual card, anytime that you look at situations where you feel victimized, you have to ask yourself, how did I get here? Is it really just the other person that's doing these terrible things to me? Or did I allow that person to get away with certain things? Because the Five of Pentacles can give, let's say you're in a relationship, you may be with somebody who doesn't treat you right, who's disrespectful, but you say to yourself, maybe in a different way of putting it, but what if that's the best I can do? And so you feel like you have to be in this relationship, or otherwise you wouldn't have anything at all. And it scares you to think about that because, a relationship means so much to you. And I would ask you to question your thoughts and question your, the things that you've come, what do you call it? Question your, why can't I think of the word? Question the conclusions that you come to, because they may be, coming from a place that is part of the past and not true for you at this time. Maybe at one time they rang more true. When we do anything with a spirit of lack consciousness, there's fear attached to it. So it's not coming from a high vibration. Fear is the lowest vibration. It's natural and normal to have these feelings in general, but by the same token, we can't have learned helplessness. We have to look at how we're contributing to the situation. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that we can control everything around us, but we can control how we choose to look at a situation, and also how we, allow other people to treat us. We can control that in terms of whether or not we have them in our life altogether. What crosses you is the Four of Swords, and this can be like a prolonged, I would even say like an inertia. In the upright position, the Four of Swords can be a very important card for self-care, for, if you need to replenish yourself, if you need to have that kind of time of reflection and things like that. But when it's in the challenge position, for some reason, you're not allowing yourself that time, to be able to gather your thoughts and decide what to do. And it's almost like, like let's say you're in the workplace and they are telling you that you need to work overtime, or that you need to do somebody else's job in addition to your own. And you feel like you're going to break, and the Four of Swords in the upright position can be like, even physical rejuvenation, but you can't do that because of the situation that you're in. And so it's almost like you're being treated as if you're some kind of drama queen because you need this. But you may not even express those needs. You may hold back on it because you're afraid of repercussions, like either losing your job or getting disciplined at your job, or if this is in a personal relationship, that somebody is going to mock you, or tell you that you don't need what you need. And that's where the Nine of Wands comes in, because again, with Wands energy, we're talking about the self, and the number 9 is the number of the light worker. And of course, Pisces is a natural light worker. So in order for you to be able to spread your light, you have to have yourself replenished. And this is something sometimes Pisces doesn't really take seriously, because you are a natural giver and you sacrifice your own well-being sometimes for other people. But it doesn't work that way, because either you don't have the real, how would I put it, just that energy to really help people at the deepest level. You may be like, your nerves may be fried, or your physical body is worn down. So even if you want to help people, it's kind of like, I'm going to just say half-assed, even though it's not really vulgar, but it kind of is. But the best situation is when you can bring all of yourself to it, and when you don't feel like you're having to suffer in order to make someone else feel better, to heal. So just remembering the balance of that. What is coming in is the Strength card. So if you have been feeling under the weather, or like your immune system is down, for instance, this may suggest that you have the ability, either you find information that gives you health practices to do that, or practitioners that can help you, or you are just finding that you get better. And maybe this is in part because you are heeding the call of needing to rest more for whatever reason. But when the Four of Swords to me isn't just resting, it's about withdrawing. Okay, so it's kind of like, in a way, the minor arcana version of the Hermit card. And there, to me, there's kind of this spiritual, like meditative vibe to it. So it's not just like the physical body. The Strength card is also about feeling more confident. And when you feel more confident, I mean, it's connected to Leo, and that's one of the fire signs. When you feel more confident, you no longer believe that you can't have something because it's not here now. So with the Five of Pentacles, this is connected to Mercury and Taurus. And Mercury and Taurus is a mindset, a mentality that's like, if I don't see it, it doesn't exist, which is not true. You know, not everything is visible to the naked eye. So having that ability, that visionary ability that Pisces naturally possesses, to be able to envision something that's not here in the physical 3D reality, but that can be, that's kind of like being birthed in another dimension, and then made manifest in the physical world, because we have the, you know, in this case, you could say with the confidence, but it's not just like confidence about that we're okay, you know, in a worldly sense, but the strength of our conviction that there's more to life than what is in front of us, and that we can make that happen. And the outcome is the Seven of Cups, and this can indicate a lot of possibilities for you to choose from. The key, and this is actually connected to your ruler Neptune, and that's one of the conundrums about it, because it can feel like you don't know what to choose. But just, you don't have to, you know, make decisions necessarily at this time if it doesn't feel right, but just being able to see that you have multiple options can make you feel so much better. Because, I mean, look at that Eight of Swords, you know, this person doesn't feel like they have options. They feel like they're totally imprisoned, or being, you know, they're bound to something. And really what they're bound to is their negative mindset, their lack consciousness. And, you know, when maybe you get some kind of a sign with the Strength card or whatever, that you know that something better is on its way. And so it is. Okay, that's what I have for you, Pisces. I hope that you resonated with this. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.